Welcome back to another episode of the DNC Reviews podcast. I'm Arjun, as you know. Today, sadly, we only have one friendly face, one regular with us here today. It's Ronan. And today, nothing significant dropped. Sorry, Kid Leroy. Sorry, ESTG. I don't even know how to say your name. Everyone else, I'm sorry. But so today, we're going to do a review of an album that dropped last year in 2020 that we didn't get a chance to take a look at in closer detail because the time had passed and this channel didn't really exist. So yeah, it is The Price of Tea in China by Boldy James.
20 a quarter frame and had to serve a sentence. Free my nigga Raymond, realest nigga from the murder myth.
It's executively produced by The Alchemist. Boldy James has been on the scene for a while. He's been underrated basically his whole life. He's associated with the people at Griselda's. You got Benny the Butcher, you got Conway the Machine, you got West Side Gun, Mac Homie as well. He recently dropped his project, The Versace Tape, with Jay Versace, Divine Star, which is a little strange. Actually not a bad album, but yeah, he's been making moves trying to get deeper into the mainstream, but this album got a lot of praise from a lot of different people, so we decided that, it's only 12 tracks, it's only 40 minutes, which is really like that sweet spot that you want to hit with most albums. So we gave it a go, and here we are. So we're just going to do our thing, favorite, least favorite tracks, talk about anything that we would like, and then we're going to give it a score, and we'll be on our way on this fine Monday. Ronan, favorite, least favorite tracks, let's go.
Let's go. All right, my favorites were Pinto, Slow Roll, Gray October, was it Surf and Turf?
Yeah.
And I think the first one, was it Carrot?
Yeah.
And my least favorites were, I think, Speed Demon Freestyle.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my favorites were the first one, Rough. I don't even know how to pronounce it. That track is just sick as an intro track. Scrape the Bowl with Benny the Butcher. Like, that song is insane. I'll talk about that later. I agree with Slow Road and Pinto. I like the one with Freddie Gibbs. Grey October is good as well. I don't really like Mustard. That's the only complaint I really have. So let's talk about Speed Demon Freestyle. I thought that beat was insane.
Really? I don't know. Maybe the bars were getting a little repetitive to me, maybe. Like, nothing clicked.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're already towards, like, the end of the album, Yeah. So I can sort of see how that would happen. But Speed Demon Freestyle, I mean, The Alchemist just goes crazy on every single beat on this album. The samples are crazy nice. Sometimes they could be a little annoying, like on a phone bill or on run-ins.
The beat was a little not too balanced, and like
it was like
run-ins was run-ins.
Like I get it, but on phone bill, like, it had really either high-pitched horns or strings that kept like repeating. You're like, it gave you the vibe of like, oh, this is a really old school classic sample that he flipped, but at the same time, it's not like giving me that substance or like that. Like, there are no game changers in that beat that really captivates me. And then on Speed Demon, I feel like Boldy's flow is enough to keep me going. It's only a 2-minute 30-second song. Like, we're not talking 5 minutes. I definitely agree. There are no real like quotables in that song that you could really bring up, which isn't really an issue. Like, I could definitely like go through the whole album with a smile without any quotables, but like, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see how that's like a least favorite. For me, like, the first track for Rough, I don't even know how, like, that's how you say it. That track, like, let's just take a minute, because like, as soon as you click play, it's like, why are those people crying? And then he's like, watch out for the double cross. I was like, yo, where are we going with this? It's just like, the sample's so nice. It's like, why are these people crying? Is it for something that they've lost? And it just gives you the feeling of like, yo, like, we're in a movie right now. Like, we just hit play, the Universal Studios like logo already happened, and we're in the opening scene right now, and you're getting like a panorama view of like street life, and he's so personal, yet he's basically saying like a huge blanket statement for people who like who live this life. Like you're trying to get your grandma involved in your coke dealings because she wants a cut. Um, like you have to learn how to choose your battles wisely. Like some people are dead before 20, but you just have to try to like keep going and trudge on. And his voice is just so cool throughout this entire thing. I mean, Boldy James's delivery may not be the most inventive. He's just so like relaxed, and I think that Freddie Gibbs also shares like that same quality. So I'm kind of glad that they were on the same song together. That song was pretty good. Not their best, but it was a pretty good song. Just his voice, the way he enunciates, he's super nonchalant, and in a way, sort of like MF Doom. Not that they sound the same, but they both just sound in control and they sound cool. Yeah. And if you have those two things, if you have those two boxes checked, you can literally say anything over any beat. It doesn't really matter.
I mean, like, bro, they both have like, they're like confident with their persona, and like
exactly.
Back to the intro, it's like you're seeing the Universal logo, but we ain't skipping. I'm not skipping.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this is not Netflix. We're not trying to skip the intro.
We're not skipping.
Like it's just like the small things like that really just make you smile as you listen to this thing, because everything just comes together so nicely, and you just have to clap it up for the Alchemist and Boldy James, because no one can really pull off such a tight and solid project with a constant theme. But what happens with projects like these is as you get deeper into the track list, things usually tend to slow down. You run into a lot of the same content lyrically, and that does happen here, but the beats just go crazy. Slow Roll and Pinto, like those two packed in at tracks I think 7 and 8 or 6 and 7, like we're looking at like really heavy hitting tracks this late in the album, and there are no signs of slowing down. There are no signs of weakness in this album. Once you get to Mustard, it's a little bit of a short track, but again, like these shorter tracks have purpose, and Mustard has a purpose in this album.
I think that this album should have been like shorter, because to get rid of the whole boring thing, like the repetitiveness and like stuff. But what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that 12 tracks, 40 minutes is a bit long for a coke rap album, especially like the coke rap drama or genre. Like the Plugs I Met, it's only like 7 tracks, and that album, in my opinion, is like perfect. It's crazy. It gives you everything that you need, all the features. So here, I think that like as it stands at 12 tracks, it's really not that bad. But if you really want to, you can cut Mustard and Run-Ins and maybe Phone Bill, and you're looking at a 9-track near classic. These guys are heading like deep into their 30s at like Danny Brown's age, you know, so they've been doing this for a while, and just to see like a culmination of like all their experience and talent into one really nice project. It's just like, I'm just glad that this project exists. Also, the name, The Price of Tea of China, that's a great name. It's an idiom, you know, for stuff that's irrelevant if you're not American. But yeah, like just like, and the album artwork is crazy on this thing. Overall, just great stuff. Amazing features. Benny the Butcher, Vince Staples, Freddie Gibbs, Evidence, who I didn't expect to do anything really, showed up on Grey October and gave us a really sweet feature. So yeah, I mean, if we have nothing more to say, we can give this thing a rating.
Yeah, I mean, I could go ahead. All of them were hits, and there were some bars dropping out, and it was nothing new to them. It's just what they do. And I liked how I think Boldy James commented on like the first song, or maybe on the entire album, how like he could have such a lazy voice, and his bars, he doesn't think about it, like he doesn't have any like one line that stands out from like all the other lines kind of thing. So like he doesn't put extreme effort into his songs, yet it like kind of clicks and it still sounds like a hit. And that's what he said. He was like, I don't need to put any effort, but everything just comes together, and you know. But other than that, you know, there are some like, when it comes to Mustard, Speed Demon, and Phone Bill, it starts to fall off a little bit, which is kind of normal for kind of the coke rap genre, where like all the songs are about the same topic. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it like a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I definitely agree with most of those points. I think that Karuth, the intro, is like one of the best tracks I've heard in a long time. The way it's been put together and the way that it sets up the album is amazing. Um, all the features do their thing, as I said before. I really love all the beats on this thing. Super relaxing, but at the same time, really intense and intricate. Um, and you guys, like, you have an album where like you see two people who basically mastered their craft come together. And as I said, or as Ronan said, like it's not like a like where you have a few lines and then one big like punchline at the end or one big one liner, and it's at the same time it's not a constant attack of really cute like fun coke rap lines where you don't really get any room to breathe. Boldy James is just like he just set like he got wood from his house, he chopped some wood, he brought it, and he put it all in your fireplace, he lit a nice fire, and I was telling you about his life and everything that he's seen and everyone who he's met who thinks is worth mentioning, and you're just sitting there, you start to sink into your couch, and then that's when the first song starts playing. Like this just feels like you're having a nice fireside chat with Boldy James, and that's the best possible experience that you could ever have with a coke rap album. Like if you can feel, because obviously we've never felt anything like that. Like we never will. Like that's just the way it is. But the way that he's able to articulate himself in a way where it's not too like pretentious, and at the same time it's not too simple and it's not too like vague, just makes this album like all the more enjoyable, and the production is just like a cherry on top. So with all that being said, yeah, we're looking at it at an 8 out of 10 as well. Like this thing is just great. I recommend it to everyone who crosses this video's path. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we are everywhere. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Yeah, wherever you get your podcast, we'll probably be there. Just look up DNC reviews. Yeah, we're trying to get more videos out. The production of these videos has sort of slowed down because we've been really busy, backed up. You know, this is the summer before senior year. We've got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff is coming up. You know, AP Sports came out recently, so that's great. A lot of stress, a lot of stuff to do. But we're trying our best to make the best content that we can for you with the materials and the resources that we have. So please bear with us as we continue to try to get these videos out. We recorded a Pop Smoke one that should be out soon, and then this one will be out shortly after that. It doesn't really matter if they're only a couple of days apart in terms of release date. We're just trying to get all the content out for you so you can, you know, take 5-10 minutes out of your day and just support. So yeah, there you have it, you know. Boldy James, The Alchemist, The Price of Tea in China, 2020 release, coke rap, gangster rap, that's pretty much all it is. It's a great listen. 100% recommend for both of us, 2 thumbs up. And yeah, there you have it. The review's now over. Thank you and goodbye.